Well, the sun's just popped its head up. So what our plan is today is to get these column bases all grouted in. So that's the grout mixture that goes under the base of the columns. And here's one that this is the first one that I've done. So I'd never done grouting before, so it was a bit of an interesting experience. So let's go and mix up another batch. So we're just using a construction grout, it's a general purpose non-shrink grout. It's just like making porridge. So I have a measured container, about 3.5 of these per column, and you mix it with water. So you put water in and then you put the grout mix and mix it in. So I do it in small batches and then combine the batches. So a bit more in. Keep mixing it up. Okay, I don't know how well that's going to come out, but that's about the consistency that I'm mixing this stuff to. Your little mixer stands up by itself, no dramas. It's quite a stiff mix. There is actually two methods of doing grout, as I understand, so as I'm poking this in, I'll explain it. So I have my bit of wood for poking the grout under. As I said, there's two methods. There's the dry pack method, which is sort of like this, and there's another method. You can build a dam around your column base, about that high, and you pour the mixture in, quite a runny mixture. But I'm just doing it this way. Scoop some out. Get it under there. So we keep poking the grout through till it comes through on the other side. Okay, so we've got all our grout mixture in. So what we'll do now is we'll let that go off for a few minutes and then we'll come back and trim it up. Okay, it's been a few minutes now, so I'm just going around making sure the grout is hard pushed up into position. It's not slumping away. So we'll give that another probably 10 minutes and then we'll come back and see if it's ready for trimming. Okay, this is the one that we've just trimmed up, so we're just very carefully waiting for the grout to go sort of more solid, and we've just trimmed around the edge with our putty knife and then just got a damp cloth and cleaned around the top of the column. Because what you don't want is your grout coming over the top of the base plate there. your grout needs to be at the same level as the bottom of the base plate, as far as I'm aware of. And yeah, no. So there's 24 all up to do, including the veranda post, so we better keep moving on. Well, we're just up doing a bit of work up on the rafters today. So what we're doing is drilling the rafters for the purlins. So I have a piece of strap bracing here and hole centers marked. So I just use a pilot drill through the strap bracing, just in the, where's it gone? There it is. Through the holes there, and then I'll step up to the bigger size drill bit for the bolts to bolt the purlins down. Normally I think a lot of people would pre-drill these on the ground, but I'm doing it up here because I'm at the stage with the shed now. We've done pretty well as far as we can with the drawn up plans, as they were just for the integrity of the main structure, and we're doing the rest, I think we mentioned before, just a little bit different. We're doing it all a bit stronger. So anyway, let's get drilling, my favourite job. So we've just had another load of purlins come in. Lucky I've got a good sized driveway, can fit a decent sized truck in. We'll get these up on the roof this weekend. That's the plan. More purlins means more friggin' holes to drill. Yay. So we're just getting our centre row of purlins up, as everything is measured from the centre bay of the shed out to the ends. That goes back to when we put our first two portal columns up. We started from the centre and worked out to the ends. So I have a plumb bob here on a string line right up to the apex, and then we have another horizontal string line, this one here, and that runs between, from that column to the adjacent column on the other side there. So what that allows me to do is pull the top apex into line. So when this plumb bob finishes hovering over the top of our string line, when the wind decides to stop for a sec, we'll be smack on plumb. Okay, so what I mean by that, our very top apex, which is right there, will be dead in line with the base of our column back there. So what it means is the top of the shed won't be on the piss at an angle, everything will be nice and square. And so to adjust that, I have these turnbuckles, 4 turnbuckles and cables that run up and join together at the apex, and it's just a matter of slackening off on 2. There's another one over there on the other side, and tightening up on 2, and that will bring the shed, the apex, dead into line. Well, yesterday we had a good day getting all those purlins up on that far bay over there. So today we're going to do something a bit different, so we'll swing around, we'll have a look. So the sun's just starting to poke its head up. So we have a whole bundle of purlins there, and we're going to put them up here. So that's a bit different from that end. So out, we'll get the drill set up, and we'll start putting some holes in them. So to get the purlins up in position, we lift them up with a tractor just singly, and I have a rope on one end, which I'll pull from the other side of the structure, and this end of the purlin here I'll just keep looping and sitting in position in front, or behind, sorry, the existing purlins, and bit by bit we get them all up there. So that's the rope looped over up to one of the other purlins, and I just tie it off on the column down the end there. So it's quite a straightforward process, gets very repetitive though, mind you, so does drilling the holes. Well, the sun's just coming up now. It's a bit foggy out here this morning, but as you can see we managed to get all our purlins up. So we'll carry on with the next stage. So we just put these vertical stringers in. They go in between the girts, so they come down to the slab. Just a bracket there, dyno bolted to the concrete, and it's 12mm threaded rod, and they act like a spacer rod between the girts. They keep the centre of the girts all in line and give it a bit of extra support till the tin goes on, but they will stay there permanent. So that's that step done. So on with the next bit. Okay, so today we got some 150 by 50 RHS, and what we're doing is building door frames to go right here in the centre bay. That'll give us some cross ventilation. So we'll bring you back when we're putting them in position. Well, our door frames got interrupted. We had a little job come in, so a little mini excavator. So we're just doing the some pins and bushes down on the boom mount, and just on the bucket linkages. Yeah, so come in handy having a solid veranda post or veranda frame to support the come along and the boom of the little digger. We'll knock this one off and then back to construction mode on the shop. Okay, so we have these parts here and these parts here. One in the milling machine here. So what are all these items for? There's one just tacked together. These form part of the 20-metre long window in the roof, which is what's about 65-foot long window. So this window will let the winter sun and light in, and in summertime you'll just get light in and no summer sun. So what we're doing here, we're just cutting out a notch so we can get access with our fingers to put a nut in to mount it to the building. So we'll get that deburred with a rotary burr. More holes. Who would have thought that building a new shop was such a holy mission? Still, I guess it is a sacred sacred place at the end of the day, isn't it? Machine shop. Well, okay, that's our progress to date. We did manage to complete the 6 upright brackets here. So these, as you'll see, get put in place on the next video. So this is the 20 metre, part of the 20 metre long, 65 foot long window that goes up in the roof and also supports part of the roof. And it acts as a truss too, because there's other members, there's other brackets got to be welded onto these to support the apex of the roof. So anyway, yeah, well, as I was saying, yeah, this is our progress to date. Winter's about, well, yeah, winter's here now, so we're getting a lot of rain and shit weather. It's been freezing. Freezing for us, not if you live in Canada, it's probably normal. But well, I hope you've enjoyed those little clips we put together, and yeah, hopefully the next shed update video will have a lot more progress, because we're not far off being ready to put the wall cladding on, the sheeting on. So anyway, take care, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next update. Yeah, there'll be a 65 metre, sorry, a 20 metre, 65 foot long window down the length of the shop, up vertically in the roof to let the winter sun and light in and keep the summer sun out. I think that's the order it goes. So this is a fuck up. Let me redo it.